Hi guys. Hello again. It's been quite a while since I've last filmed, as you guys can probably tell. Well, a lot has changed since I've last talked to you guys. Oh, but let me introduce myself. My name's Melanie. Also known as Cozy Cardigans on Instagram and Ravelry, and this is my podcast, mainly about knitting. I also weave and spin, but as of now I'm currently in my new home in Japan, Osaka, Japan, and I don't have my loom with me or my spinning wheel, fortunately. We as in my husband and I, just recently moved here a couple weeks ago, I want to say, from our home in Los Angeles, California. So international move during a pandemic has been a little bit crazy, but we got it done. So right now we are currently staying at home, social distancing in Osaka, and it's been pretty good actually. It's the supermarket's really close by. We just buy like a huge bulk of things at a time so that we don't have to go too often. Sorry if you hear rumbling. My husband's doing something upstairs. But so we buy a lot of stuff all at once so we don't have to keep going to the supermarket. Our home's nice and cozy now. We have some furniture in, so we don't have to worry about that. Yeah, maybe when things get a little more settled, maybe I'll do like a little home tour or something. Right now everything's just kind of like imploded, spread out everywhere. We're still figuring out like hangers stuff. Not all of the stuff that we want to move in is here yet. A lot of the stuff is in California still, or at Tim's parents' house in Las Vegas, Nevada. But because we were actually not planning to stay here for this long. We were actually supposed to be back in America the beginning of April, but we have postponed the return back to the States till beginning of June because we need to stay at home. So, which is fine with me. So I don't have my spinning wheel here. I was planning to bring it for when we because this was supposed to be like a house buying excursion out of country trip versus like a full move, but it's turned into a full move, which is fine. So I don't have my spinning wheel yet. I'm planning to bring it along the next time I come back. And then also my loom, unfortunately, is way too big to move internationally. So that'll be staying at Tim's parents' house for the time being, which is kind of sad, but also can't really help it. So hold on just a sec. Let me close the window. Okay, it's not too dark. Sorry if it's a little dark. It's a little dark here today, but we'll make do. So what have I done for knitting? So I haven't done any spinning since the last time I've talked to you guys because I was busy with the move. I don't have my spinning wheel, therefore all my fiber is still in America, so I don't have any of that stuff. So I've not been spinning at all. Obviously, I have not been weaving either. I have obviously been knitting because we have a lot of time on our hands just because we can't go outside. So let's see, I have had a couple of finished objects that I don't have with me. One of them was a gift for my aunt. It was a pair of socks. Yeah, I don't have that because that was a gift. Because we stayed over at her house before we moved into here. So that was like a thank you gift. And then I also had a pullover finish object, so a sweater of a design, a new design by me, I guess, for Interweave. So I don't have that because I had to send it, the sample, back to them so that it could be photographed and everything. So I have finished objects, I swear. Oh, I do have one finished object to show you. So haven't blocked it yet, but it's just these little fingerless gloves. So it's still a little chilly sometimes here in Osaka, and I found that my hands get super cold super easily. I'm not used to under 60-degree weather because I am from Southern California and there's no such thing as less than 60 there. So then I just made these. It's the log cabin mitts pattern. It's for free on Fringe Association, Karen Templer's website. So I just made simple little mitts for myself in case it gets cold. It's been getting a little warmer though, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to use these at all, especially because I don't even go outside anymore. So might have been like too little too late, but I mean, it's good to have. I love the colors. So these are made from my, right now it's balled up so you can't really see, this fractal spin that I did. Not sure if you could see all the colors here. Sorry, it's like super messy ball of yarn. I'm currently using it for a work in progress. I'll show you in a little bit. But I used that to make these guys. I love the colors that came out of it. So because my tension in my yarn was a bit wonky, these look a little, it's this way. So you can see it's like not very straight. I haven't blocked it yet either, so when you put it on, ooh, looks nice. Yeah, when you put it on, it like doesn't really, can't really tell that it's like wonky or anything, so I haven't blocked them yet just because I can't even wear them yet. But I love the colors that came out. It's really nice. So yeah, excited to maybe wear these. If not, there's next winter, but hopefully I could wear them sometime. That's the only finished object I can show you really. Oh, this, in case you're wondering, this is from Three Waters Farm, the fiber, and again, this was a fractal spin I did. It's 100% merino. It is so soft. It is so nice. I can't wait to spin again. I'm really sad that I didn't bring my spinning wheel, but it definitely wouldn't have been possible to bring it this time around. Well, anyways, so what else? I guess I could. I do have a couple of acquisitions before things started to close and we needed to stay at home type of acquisitions. Sorry, my battery just ran out, so I had to change it, but we're back. What was I talking about? Oh, acquisitions. So this was what I got before everything started closing, before the whole stay-at-home thing started happening here in Japan. So what I've got is, got a few, how many do I have? I have 1, 2, 3 skeins, and they've caked it for me. So they're not really skeins, so cakes of this worsted cotton from Blue Sky Alpacas. It's in the colorway Expresso, and it's like this, kind of see it in the light, it's like a almost purpley reddy brown, very warm, spicy kind of brown. And it is a, again, worsted cotton. I'm guessing it's 100% cotton. Oh yeah, 100% cotton. So I have 3 skeins of this, which means I have about 450 yards. I'm not sure. What I'm thinking I'm gonna try to make is, well, I was thinking about, well, okay, my idea is, so this is 100% cotton, so I figure I want to make something for springtime. And here in Japan, spring/summer, it's really hot and humid, so there's really no point in wearing knitwear. But when you do go inside like the subway or the trains, those are all air conditioned, and it's just nice to have like a small layer on top just so you're not like hot and cold. So I was thinking, because I like to wear these bigger, baggier linen shirts and dresses all the time during the summer. So I was thinking I might want to make like some kind of vest thing. I've been seeing a lot of vests around nowadays, and I feel like it might just be me, but for me they're kind of making a comeback. So something that can be like sleeves that can be wide enough to fit like my baggy sleeves in, maybe like that stops right around here, and I could just throw on top as a little bit of a, not really like a significant layer or anything, but something to just throw on top of a shirt and I could be comfortable in. I think I could make these, I only have 3 skeins of this, but I think I could make do with it if I use really big needles, possibly. Have like a bit of a loose gauge, especially because it's for a spring summer knit, so a little looser gauge might actually be pretty nice because it's a little more breathable, a little more lighter. So that's an acquisition. And also at the same shop, I got this Manos de Uruguay. Uruguay? It's 100% wool. It's their wool Clasica. It's their 100% wool, hand dyed, rustic. It's like a thick and thin type of single ply yarn. It's just this black color. So my husband, I'm not sure if you've watched my other podcasts, but he loves beanies, and so this is another request from him. So I'll have to get to that. I'm kind of tired of knitting beanies right now, so it's just kind of been on the back burner a little bit, but it's okay. He has like 4 that he wears all the time, so he could wait for the 5th. So I also have this. So that was my acquisition. Everything else that I'm working on here, I've brought yarn from America. I purposefully brought a crap ton of yarn because, one, I wanted to make sure I have enough stuff to knit while I was here. Although I originally thought I was going to be here till the beginning of April. It's a good thing that I brought extra because I'm here till June. So overpacking sometimes has its benefits. So in addition to this, we've also brought enough skeins, I think. So there's this, and this. So these 4 I am using to make a Plumpy Shawl by Andrea Mowry. So got this much done so far. Super fun knit. I haven't done brioche in a really long time, so this is a really nice like almost, once you get the hang of brioche, it's almost pretty much mindless. Like at first, I think I started this and restarted this maybe like 3 or 4 times because I kept screwing up this beginning brioche segment here. Like I just couldn't wrap my head around it. But now that I figured it out, I could just go with it. I could watch a movie and just knit with this. So right now, I've got the first segment, second segment, which is like, I'm using this Bien Aimee sock yarn that I got from my honeymoon in Paris, and as color A. So I'm doing the 4 color version. There's a 3 color sport weight version and then a 4 color DK weight version. I am ignoring the yarn weights and just kind of doing my own thing, just following the pattern. So it's probably going to be, because the DK weight one looks gigantinormous, and I'm really into those really big shawl wraps, but because I only have this yarn and I don't really want to go out to buy some more right now, especially because the stores are closed anyways, I gotta work with what I got. So I'm using all fingering weight yarns instead of the DK and just kind of going with it. I didn't really check gauge or anything just because it's a shawl. It's not like it's not gonna fit. It might be, I'm guessing obviously because I'm using a smaller weight, and 2, I'm using a smaller needle size than recommended. I'm using a US size 4. So the shawl is probably going to be smaller, but that is a-okay with me because I don't want it too big anyways. So anyways, so I'm using, again, the Bien Aimee as color A. Color B is my handspun. Also, I'm not really too concerned about whether or not I have enough of one color. If I don't have enough of one color, I'm thinking I'm just going to wing it because I can't really help it anyway. So color A, color B. So I've got, so that's what this part is here. So this is the right side. So color A. I really like the wrong side too though. So you could really see how the fractal spins kind of knitting up in this really nice stripy way. It looks really good in garter stitch too. Looks so good. So yeah, it's color A and color B mixed together. Color C is this I hand dyed this a while ago. I really miss hand dyeing yarn too. I just miss all my yarny stuff that I was able to do in America because I don't have any of this stuff here. But I hand dyed this a while back. It's just this nice, really solid plum color. And so that's this segment here that I'm working on. And then the next segment is going to be these 2 mixed together, which I think is going to look awesome. And then the 4th color that I've yet to get to. So the 4th color is this other, you can't really see it because it's kind of till. So it's this, another hand dyed color that I dyed myself. It's this darker grape purplish color with these white specks. So I think they all look really good. I'm mostly really knitting this sweater, I mean not sweater, shawl, so that I could use this up. I was thinking about making socks with this, but I'm like, I want it as close to my face as possible because it's so soft, guys. So thought a shawl will be perfect. So these are all really yarns that are special to me, so I thought it would be really great to just use them all together. Yeah. So that's really fun. So I've been knitting on that. And another thing that I've been working on slowly but surely, and I am almost finished, is my Twig sweater. So if you guys have been following me for a while, I've been knitting this for forever, since like my first podcast episode. So yep, still working on it. Here's what it looks like so far. So instead of what the pattern calls for is just, I think, 2 colors, one main color, another contrast color, and then a third contrast color for like little bits, like see how there's like little contrast bits in there. But what I originally intended was to make like a fade twig sweater. I think I explained it in like one of the beginning episodes, but I was planning to just change the main color, this brown color, and just kind of like, I was gonna originally use these accent colors that I'm currently using as background colors and just use one accent color throughout. But when I made a color swatch, it looked a little not great. So I ended up doing one background color, this brown. These are all Knit Picks palette yarns, by the way. Upside down. Knit Picks. The background color I'm using is Camel Heather. So I'm using that throughout, and then I'm also using these pops of colors randomly, and you could tell my color work tension is not great. It is very wrinkly right now. Hoping it evens out later, but we shall see. So I just changed the contrast colors randomly. The only rule I made for myself was to not use the same color twice in a row. So yeah, just randomly chosen whatever I felt like I needed. So right now I am on the last sleeve. I finished the other sleeve the other day. I love it so much. This looks really tiny, but it's ribbing. But yeah, so the only mods is that color work mod. And also, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this pattern, but it's originally very large. Like if you look at if you guys look at like the Ravelry page for this pattern, you guys can see that it is very oversized. And at first, I mean, I'm really into oversized things, like as you can see, but I think it was a bit too oversized for me. And also at the time when I first started knitting this, I wasn't expecting to live in a colder climate. So in Southern California, there really is no point in wearing any really thick, oversized knitwear. So, I mean, looking at it now, since I'm going to be living in Japan, there's definitely a use for it here. But maybe my next twigs will be the correct size. So I wanted to make it a little smaller, but the pattern only has one size. So what I did was I used a thinner yarn. This palette yarn's definitely, I think, not a lot thinner, but it's like more like a light fingering weight versus a fingering weight, to me at least. And also I think the pattern calls for a size 2, US size 2 needles, but when I knit it up with my size 2, the gauge is a lot smaller. Yeah, the gauge is a lot smaller than what it calls for. So when I do knit up the instructions as is, it comes out into a smaller size. So for this pattern, it's super important to check your gauge, because if you don't hit gauge, her gauge, then the measurements will be totally off. Like if it's a little bit too big, then your sweater is going to be ridiculously large. So mine was way too small. So when I knit it up, I think it would be the perfect fit for me, at least, because this is pretty much exactly what I was looking for. So yeah, just something to note. If you were planning to knit the twigs, make sure you check your gauge, because there's only one size. And then if you did want something bigger, something smaller, it's definitely worth it to try out different yarns or different needle sizes to get that bigger or smaller size. So yeah, but I'm almost done. I just have, let's see, I just have this purple segment and then this big black segment to go before the ribbing, and I'll be done. And I can block it and probably won't have time to wear it before it starts getting hot over here, but it'll be done. And then kind of wondering if I have enough yarn after knitting this Twigs to knit another colorwork sweater, because I did bring like a lot of the yarn, a lot of twig yarn for this Twigs, and I definitely didn't need as much as I thought I would need. So yeah, so this is almost done. And then what else am I knitting? The last thing I'm knitting is this. I started this when I first got here, like in the airplane to here, so I haven't worked on this in a really long time. It's very wrinkly, but it's an Ondawa sweater by, I believe, Michelle Wang for Brooklyn Tweed. It's this really nice dark teal color, and I love the cables on it. I'm using Drops Lima for this, and it's working really well for the cables. I love the texture that it creates. So also I have so much knitting to do, but not complaining. I'm stuck here anyways. So yeah, that is what I'm working on. So my cue of work in progress is 1, finish this ASAP, because I want to be able to wear it at least once before it gets way too hot. It's already getting like mid-60s here right now, which isn't hot. I could probably wear this and be a little sweaty, but like still not die from the heat right now. So maybe hopefully I could do that. Second thing I want to get done is this shawl, because honestly this is mostly like process knitting for me. Like, it's just so fun to knit. And then third one, obviously gotta finish the Ondawa. Still want to do the vest, which is my 4th thing. 5th thing is probably gathering up all my bits and bobs from the Twig sweater that I'm currently knitting, and seeing if I have enough yarn to like knit up some kind of colorwork thing or something. Could probably figure something out. But yeah, so that's what's happening right now. Oh, and one more thing. Before I forget, it is a finished object, but not a knitted one. I ran out of stitch markers the other day. I always lose them because they're just the standard little metal circles. And so then I went to the craft store and I made myself, if it'll focus, these little guys. So I've made a bunch of these little stitch markers. I just keep them in this little pouch. So let me show you a few more of my favorites. There's just so many. I don't really know what to do with them all. But yeah, they're just little simple like bead and these little stones. I thought they're so cute. Okay, it's not really, yeah, it's really cute and simple, and I don't know, I'm like, maybe I really don't have use for like 20 of these, and they're like so fun to make. I was wondering if I should just sell them. If you guys think I should, comment down below and let me know, because I'm willing. I mean, I'm in Japan, but these are really cheap to ship. It's really easy in an envelope. So if you guys were interested, please let me know. I'll let you know. Still have to think about how much I want to sell them for, but I was getting some good feedback on them on Instagram. So if you guys were interested in like a set of 3 or something, set of 4, pop on, just say hi in the comments and let me know, and just talk about if you could PayPal me or something. Anyways, that's that. I think that is it. Yeah. So yeah, I've just been knitting every day. No complaints there. Great. In my own home. I'm a homeowner. Who knew I could own a home? I didn't know I would be owning a home in Japan. So yeah, I've just been watching like 4 horror movies a day. I love horror movies, so if you guys have horror movie suggestions, please let me know, because I'm a horror movie fanatic and I would love to know what your favorite horror movie is. Okay, I'll just name my top 5 right now. Totally off topic, but in case you guys want to know. It's probably The Babadook, Hereditary, Get Out, what else is there? Shoot, The Shining, and what's one more that I would recommend? Probably The Descent. I've watched so many. I have like an Excel sheet of just horror movies I've watched, and because I'm like that. So if you guys are interested in that too, let me know. I don't know if you want to see my Excel sheet of horror movies, but I think I have like, I think it's up to like 60-ish horror movies now. I've watched a lot of horror movies. It's kind of ridiculous how many horror movies are out there to watch, but well anyways, so if you guys have suggestions, let me know, because I'm to a point where I've just watched crappy horror movies because I have nothing else scary to actually watch. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. It's been a while. It's a little, not lonely, but being able to talk to people on Instagram has been really nice, especially because it's just me and my husband here in Japan right now. Well, we have family, but they don't knit, so, and none of the stores are open, so there's no one to talk to there. Just being able to connect through the internet has been really great. So just let me know what you guys have been up to if you want. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you are all staying healthy, staying safe, and I'll see you soon, hopefully. I'm probably going to film the next one once I finish the Twig, so I could finally show you guys a finished sweater instead of just talking about it. Okay, that's it for now. Bye.